Saturday morning, just about to head into Sydney for the Food and Wine Festival. But I've had a few goodies turn up yesterday. So this is for my engine oil cooler. So it's got its own little shroud and fan that'll go up under the tray of the 1 tonner. Not a bad sized cooler, nice and thick. It's got all the little mounting brackets and everything there. I've just got to work out how I'm going to mount it now. I might have to run a couple of rails across. There's that one, and this is the electric air conditioning I was talking about. So in the box, I've already taken out the condenser and everything. It's got its own fan. So as you can see, it's got wiring harness, all the hoses and everything there. So already pre-crimped by the look of it. And this is your motor slash compressor. And it's got its own little isolators and everything in there. Not bad. So then down here, it's got its own little shroud and fan, which is pretty cool. And that's a condenser. I'll have to work out where to mount all that. I also got for the HQ, for the tonner, I've got a steering column blank, so I'm going to have a shifter on the floor obviously. It's made out of plastic, so I don't know how it's going to look, how it's going to sit, but anyway, we'll try it. We'll give it a go. The other things that have turned up, I've got a Mellings high volume oil pump and pickup, and I've got the ARP head stud kit. Now the other thing I've got to do, I had a couple of actuators, so these ones here. So I had 2 of those working on a 45-degree angle, but unfortunately one was quicker than the other, and there's nothing I could do to adjust it unless I put like a variable resistor or something on there. So I got this one. This is 800 newtons, so which is worth about 800 kilos of force, I believe. So it's a fairly husky motor. Aluminium, and the shaft comes out the end. And I also got a controller with it. That's your DC controller. And a little remote control. So anyway, we'll see how that goes, and we'll try and mount that up. All right, I'll see you tomorrow morning. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be working on the 1 tonner tray and trying to lift it up, and so I can mount everything underneath like I told you. So I'll bring you in and I'll show you what I've done so far and how we're going to tackle it. So I've just got a couple of bits of wood up there holding it up at the moment, as you can see. I don't want to get crushed. So these are the mounts that I had before. So these mounts here. So I had those 2 actuators on an angle, and they went down right in there into the corner. You can see that. And yeah, but I just couldn't get them to work together. So this one here that I showed you the other day, it's actually an 8,000 Newton, which is 800 kilos of force. So the motor's on the side, which is pretty good, gives you a bit of room. So I've just done the mount in the centre. Just got a tech screw in it at the moment just to, so I can dummy it up, try and hold it. And then I've just measured to the centre, and then I've mounted up that one in. I'll get rid of those other 2 and the ones down on the bottom of the cab. Now I've sat the tail shaft in as well, and I'll sit that up on a jack stand just to try and simulate where it's going to be when the transmission's in. And just see what we're looking for room, where I can make some brackets to mount everything up. We'll just go around the other side and I'll show you the actuator. It's got my battery there. Trusty vice grips holding the wires on. So this is a little actuator. That's wired in, and it comes with its own remote control as I showed you before. So the battery that takes is a A23, and this is just the wiring diagram. So shows you which side goes to the load, which side to the battery. So pretty self-explanatory there. So we'll try and hook it up. Just tighten these up. As you can see, this spanner's been bent up, special tool number 321. And it doesn't even fit on that nut, but anyway, it's all right. That'll do. I'll get a jack stand and put underneath that. Righto, bit of manipulation and got the top pin in, bottom pin. They've both got split pins just sitting in there, so I don't want the last thing I want is that to come out. So what I'll do is I'll activate, and I should be able to get this other timber out. Now when it reaches maximum stroke, it's got a detent in there, detent switch, it shuts it down, but that's probably as far as I need to go. So we'll go up and have a look. So you can see there's a gap between the back rail and the rear chassis or the rear bar, which is good. So to have everything mounted up in there, looks like there's plenty of room. Obviously I've got to make room for the exhaust and that as well, make sure. And I just wanted to put the tail shaft in to make sure. But I'll bring it down now. It does take a long time, but we'll see how she sits, and then I've got to try and work out how to latch it down so it doesn't bounce around and ruin the actuator. Must have fast forward this bit. So once you press the button, it just it's auto, it just does it itself. We'll soon see if I measure the right length here, won't we? So I'll make up some pins so that when it comes down, it comes in and locks in central. Yeah, right, well, didn't like that, did it? All right, no, angle's no good. Nice and hot. As you can see, I've shortened the bracket down there, so I've still got to do a little bit of trimming. And I did another hole in the one up the top here, but it seems to be working like that. The only thing is going to protrude a little bit past the tray. So I'm going to make something a bit sturdier out of angle, and I'll have it up under there, so it'll give me the clearances I need. But I just had to get the angles right, and I suppose the leverage effect. But it goes up and down now how I want it, and I guess I need to make some kind of support, like a little safety stand that swings off or something like that. The last thing I want is this thing coming down on top of my head if I'm working under it. It's slow, but it's doing it easy. It's not struggling at all, so I think that's how we're going to go. And because it's got the little remote control, it makes it a lot easier. One less thing to worry about. I'm just going to make a latch system, like I said, so it stays latched down, but it was all the it was just a leverage effect last time. I'll see how it comes down. Nearly there now. There you go. Alright, so if anyone wants to buy this same kit, it's on eBay. I'll try and put a link in just so you know which one it is. I tried searching videos before on how to raise your tray. Some guys use gas struts or whatever, that's all I've seen, but this actuator here seems to do the job. Yeah, so I'll put the part number and everything in there. Just wanted to show you, this is the kind of setup I was thinking. Obviously I'll use a bit of angle that's smaller than that, that's a bit husky, but it's just in there to set it up. Just got a couple of magnets down the bottom to stop it sliding. But I'll have the engine oil cooler over that side, tranny cooler, and this is an AC condenser. So look, I'm assuming that's going to work. If anyone knows a reason why it wouldn't, please let me know in the comments. But I was going to try and run it there, and I'll make another mount for the motor. I'll use the mounts down there for the old fuel tank or something like that. But anyway, that's what I'm thinking of. It's a bit of a rough setup.
money, power, and money, power, and
as you've seen just there, mucked around putting all the timber back in the tray. So this will end up having a final sand, and then I'm just going to oil it. My mate does flooring and he told me what oil to use. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I'll do the underside and the top obviously to protect it. I don't want to go for the glossy look. I've done that before, but I think this will look nice, just natural and oiled to protect it. And because we've got the weight in the timber, might just try and jack it up, see how it handles that extra weight, but just as slow as it was before, doesn't seem to be struggling any. I've actually turned the actuator around, so it must have the guide rod. I had it sticking up before, so I've spun it round 180, and it just gives me that little bit of extra room up under the tray. So to get the timber fixed down, it's tongue and groove, as you've probably seen there. So I'm just going to screw some hardwood to the bottom of each of the runners on the structure, and then I'll be able to secret nail it when I put it down. My mate's a chippy, he'll help me do all that. But yeah, as you can see, that's how it's going to look. I'll have a drop tank under the back. I'll run split leaf parabolic springs. I'm thinking about keeping the same diff, so I run the 10 bolt, put a true track center in it, and billet axles, run 3 9 gears, or I might even go 3 5, so then it's going to be lighter than a sedan. So tell me what you think. You think that'll work all right? Or any reasons why I shouldn't run a 10 bolt behind the big block? How long do you reckon it'll last? Let me know in the comments. So please like and subscribe, and I'll tell you a joke at the end, eh? So seeing that unboxing is all the rage, I've already prepared one earlier, but let's have a look at this one. So I don't know where they're made. Must be a magical land where everything's made these days. So let's have a look, shall we? Let's move this other stuff out of the road. So we've got the bearings that go on the top. I've already pre-lubed those, and this is the screw which goes up the inside. I've already lubed that up as well. So even though these things aren't going to be seeing huge loads, you still want your gear to last. You don't want to be buying it every 5 minutes. So your threaded part goes up the inside. bolt back in loosely at the moment. So I've already lubricated the bearing. Got your little handle here, threaded, ready to go. See how good he is. And that's your little pad, takes the weight. You got a recess up the top where your bolt goes in to lock it in. And the base screws on. I thought about Loctiting that, but that might be silly if I don't want to pack them up or store them for any reason. And that is as simple as that. It's just a matter of going around, tighten up your nuts and bolts and everything, but there you go. So that's an adult version of unpacking some goodies. Righto, end of the episode. You know what time that is, time for a quick joke. So thanks everyone for watching so far. So this story I'm going to tell you about a pet shop, and inside the window they had a cunnilingus performing frog. So a frog who would provide oral stimulation to a lady. Now a lot of ladies these days, they're hard workers, career driven, they haven't got time for relationships. So this particular lady was walking past the shop, saw the advertisement, so she walks in and wants to know a little bit about it. So the pet shop owner tells her about it. He goes, what you do is you go home, freshen up, put the frog down between your legs, and he knows what to do. He's well trained. Any problems, give me a call, gives him his card. So the lady goes home, after work she has a shower, freshens up, puts the frog down there, and the frog just sits there looking at her with a stupid frog look on its face. So she waits for a while, then she rings the pet shop owner and she goes, look, this is what's happened. And he goes, no worries, I might have to come over and have a quick look and just make sure he's not defective. So the pet shop owner goes over and he says to the lady, look, just show me what happened. So she leans back, puts the frog down there, nothing happens. So the pet shop owner goes, look, I've seen this type of thing before. So he picks the frog up, looks him in the eye and he goes, listen, I'm going to show you one last bloody time. Anyway. Alright, so if you see any frogs advertised in the window, maybe steer clear. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Thanks a lot.